Hello everyone, how are you tonight? I hope you're doing fine. We're going to do some fun stuff with finances tonight. Who wants to get their finances turned around? Build wealth. Are you guys ready? You want to have money flowing into you instead of out of you? So today we're going to be doing some financial readings, and I like to use universal weight for that. Hi Desiree, hi Jules. How are you guys doing? I think Super Bowl is on tonight. And I have to have it has to be a somewhat short night for me too. I have another live on my private wall, which is called Tarot and Numerology Academy. It is $11 a month. Cancel anytime. And I do free readings on there every Saturday. And plus we learn a variety of no sports for you. Well, obviously no sports for me because I'm doing this live and then going on to another wall and doing a live there. So I guess we're just not going to do the sports. Hello from Sweden. How are you? Janet. Is it pronounced Janet or Janae? I don't know if they pronounce the names different in some of these countries. How are you doing? Tonight, we're going to start right out with finances. And so you can ask a question about your finances. Otherwise, I will need the first letter of your first name. First letter of your first name that's on your birth certificate. And that will give me a clue for numerology about where to start. And then we'll go with the tarot and see what the tarot said about getting your finances on the right track. I am a certified financial planner. I have been a certified financial planner since November of 1989. I also took a series of 10 exams to become certified to do income taxes with the IRS. So I have a solid financial background. And on top of that, the tarot cards can also give you insights, and so can numerology. Jules, you'll have to put your S. Okay, so Jules is the letter S, which is a 1, okay? And we're going to also pull a card, and together we're going to get, and if you guys are okay for your finances, then let's go ahead and make you wealthy, right? Because why not go big? Go home, go big or go home. Okay, so Jules, your card with the letter S is this. So this is the 4 of Swords. I'm using the universal weight, and I split it between 2 piles because we're actually going to pull a card from each past. So you have a history. Where's my pointer stick? Okay, you have a history from the past of maybe giving too much, like maybe giving too much away. So you could either be spending too much or giving money too much away, and you are needing a break, like a plan. This would be a specific plan, like if you had envelopes, like a budget, putting more planning into your finances. We rarely are trained on how to build wealth, okay? And so we're going to learn on tonight what wealth thinking is and what poverty thinking is. Thank you, Kate. So Jules is a number 1, okay? And so she's got leadership qualities, but the cards that come out here indicate she's not quite earning the money of what she could earn. So that could be that she's, oh, did you get skipped? Let me look. Oh, I was just looking because Jules said she needed to get her finances right away. So Desiree, you're D, so you didn't get skipped. You just got in a different order. Okay, so you'll be next, Desiree. So she has to really focus more. Jules, you have to really focus more on your finance, as do we all. Because if you guys don't work it, you're going to lose it. So the first thing I'd like to say to you is go out and look for a budget book, okay? These aren't boring. You make it fun, all right? Make it exciting, because you should be excited about building wealth, okay? So what you need to do is stop like thinking about your gifts. Maybe give time for your gift, babysit for someone, or give gifts that are homemade or less expensive, or do you really need to give gifts to a wide variety of people or things like that? So this is about money leaving, and then this is about not wanting to deal with it, but you actually are worth more than what you're earning for your income. But because you've got the number 1 going for you, with you have that leadership ability. So be creative with this, Jules, because you can use that number 1 to your advantage. And so I want your homework is to write down all these ways of how you can cut back on expenses, increase your income. What training do you need? Can you take on a second job for just a little while? And then if you do, don't even pay down bills with that second job. Start learning how to save money. Get into the saving mode. Desiree is a D, and that is the number 4. Okay, so D is the number 4. DMV are the 4 numbers, and her 2 cards are Hierophant. Oh wow, she got the same one. That's weird. And the 6 of Cups is stalking us tonight, which is, that's all right. You had a dream that your finances were going to change significantly, and then you're on here. Yeah, I don't even have to pull a card, Jules. That would be 100% spot on freaking true. Because while I was booting up my computer, I didn't even know what my topic was going to be, and Spirit said it was going to be finances. And I'm like, okay, I have never done a finance video on my YouTube channel ever. So your dream is spot on. And I'm just writing a few of you guys ahead. Danny's a D. Kate is a K. Janet is a J. Deb English is a D. Josie is a J. Okay, so we got enough here. Isn't it a great Sunday night? I'm so glad that you all stopped in to the channel, and I made myself a cup of double bergamot tea by Stash. And you guys, we're going to be rich. We are going to do on here, you are going to be wealthy. I'm so happy that you tuned into here. Listen to what I'm going to say. Bring it in with an open mind, because you're going to be wealthy. We're going to change your thinking from poverty thinking to wealth thinking. Are you ready, you guys? If you're ready, say, I'm fucking ready, or just I'm ready. Okay, so Desiree is a 4, and she's got the structure of an organization, right? So her best way to build wealth, this would be like with a 401k, like working for someone that has a 401k. By the way, every reading I do is for all of you. So even when I'm going in order, I would like you to all listen to what I'm saying. There are D's and J's. Oh my God, you're right. Man, can somebody with a P name come in here? So Desiree, this would be like working for a large organization with like a 401, taking advantage of the 401k, and if they have like a savings, a Christmas plan, but don't spend it on Christmas. Okay, so if it's a Christmas plan, don't spend it on Christmas. Put it away in another account. And this is also Desiree, about learning how to save your money from the past. Like there's like a emotional spending pattern here, okay? So not for everything, but for certain things you'll be like, ooh, I have to have that. Ooh, I need that too. And so there can be a certain amount of click buying. But you, because you have a 4 in your name, you can not only kick that butt, but you can become wealthy, okay? You can become like seriously wealthy. So what I want you to do, Desiree, is start tracking your income and your expenses and make it fun. So treat it like Desiree's business, and you're a consultant for yourself. and you're self-employed and you're the only employee and you're running a business, and every time you spend money, you're firing an employee. So you better justify where your money's going. So the first thing you got to do is track where your money's going. Find the leaks, find the triggers. Is it late at night when you're stressed, you're drinking pop, eating chips, buying on Amazon? Are you a click buyer? Do you buy big ticket items? Do you get tired of a car and trade it in? How many people have car payments right now? Say car payment. Say car payment if you have a car payment. And have you always had a car payment? And how many of you have credit card debt, CC debt? You want to eliminate credit card debt completely from your life. You don't want it. The interest, if you added up the interest that you would pay on credit cards, you could have bought, like, paid cash for a house. That's called wasted money. If you have to buy it on a credit card, and you're always in your mind, poverty thinking is like, oh, I'll just pay this little bit of every month and I'll be fine. No. How many of you have paid your credit card off every month? Fuck no. Most people haven't. That's poverty thinking. So right now, you're banned from using your credit card until you have gotten out of poverty thinking. Okay, because poverty thinking will have you use it, think, well, I'll just pay the monthly fee, and then pretty soon it's spiraled out of control. So if you put a stop to your spending on credit card and just say, nope, now I'm going to have a little bit of money in a cash fund. So take a little tiny bit of money in an envelope, and when you have enough cash, you can start to buy certain things in that. But the majority of your money has to be going to pay down debt. So Desiree, you've got a 4, you can do it. Yeah, I've got an Amazon problem. Car payment, yep. Credit card. Oh, no credit card and no car payment. Deb English, you are headed toward wealth. We'll see what the cards have to say for you. So, Danny has a D. What are her 2 cards? I got to try to split these in a different spot. All right, Danny, you've got the Queen of Swords, or Danai. I'm not sure how you pronounce your name. Oh, you got 2 court cards. 2 court cards. So you actually have, when you focus on this, I don't know, it looks like student debt. Do you have student debt? This could be student debt. It's a student looking at, what the hell? I got this degree and I'm not making the money I should. That's a lot of problems, as people can sometimes be in their 40s and still be paying student debt. But the Queen of Swords is like getting a plan together to get the highest interest thing paid first. So if your student debt is low interest, don't pay that off first. You want to tackle the high interest thing, which would probably be credit card first and then maybe car. So that's how we get buried. That's how we get buried. Everybody has car payments. Yep. So what you want to do is, seriously, the people that are wealth thinkers, they will drive older cars that are paid for in order to not have a car payment so they can pay down their other debt. That's a personal decision, but if you've got car payments up $400, $500, $600 a month, did you really need that fancy of a car? Could you downsize? These are just things for wealth thinking, because wealthy people don't pay credit card debt because they refuse to pay the interest, so they don't charge and have debt, and they also try not to have a car payment. So they'll do everything they can not to have a car payment. When they finally get wealthy, then they'll have a fancy car. But building wealth, sometimes you can't have everything. So if you need a safe car to drive and you buy a newer car because you don't want to get stranded, that's fine, but then you're going to have to make enough money, maybe get a second job that just pays your car payment so that it's not coming out of your regular job's funds. And you can do like YouTube, you earn a little bit of money if you crank out YouTube videos. I mean, everybody right now, get a paper and put ideas for additional income. Maybe, there's people selling rocks online, like they buy rocks and sell them. Jewelry online, you can do Facebook selling jewelry. You can sell your artwork. Think of how many ways you can earn money. And you don't have to start it right now, but I'm getting you into wealth thinking. So start thinking about all these ideas of how you can make additional money. So Danny, because you've got a 4, you have a really, really good chance of building wealth. And the 2 court cards means that you have to really learn about money and learn about spending habits. Okay, so Danny has no credit card payment and no credit cards. And Danny, do you have 6 months of bills in a savings account, so you could pay for 6 months of bills in a savings account? Because you could be on your way to extreme wealth. Oh, Danny is how you pronounce your name. Okay, thank you. So you could be on your, so here's what you want to do. Have no first of all, have no credit card debt, because the interest rate and the fees are ridiculous. Second of all, try not to have a car payment. And third, get a 6 months of your bills, 3 to 6 months of all your bills paid in your just regular savings that you can get at any time, okay? Those 3 things are critical. And the click buying, the things that you're buying, how many of you have things you buy and they're sitting in cupboards, or clothes are sitting in your closet, or shoes that you can't even wear? So Danny, you always have 3 months of rent. Perfect. And are you in a job, Danny, that has a retirement plan? Are you paying into a 401k? And are you setting yourself up for retirement? You love to pay for your car. So new Facebook app with deals on Amazon. Yes, they try to get you to click buy. Facebook puts all these things on there. You know, I'll be floating down Facebook and they'll show a boot with horses on it, and I ordered it 6 months ago and I never got it. Now I got to try to get my money back from it. And then I thought I wanted a robot, and that was $60, 60 here, 60 there. So I want to tell you that every dime counts. You know, a big ship, it only takes a tiny leak to sink a big ship. So this everyday spending that we do, it might feel like it's not a big deal. It's a big deal, because if you want to be wealthy, you have to think like a wealthy person. And that means that you look at everything that you're going to buy. And if it's not something you absolutely have to have, like food, clothing, or shelter, and if you have credit card debt and a car payment, food, shelter, and work clothes, that's all you can have. There's no hobby spending at that point, because you're in poverty mind instead of wealth mind. Kate Bosch, what are her 2 cards? And she's got a K, and that is the number 2, all right? And that's the number 2. Now, sometimes 2s, so you're working on that now, Danny? Okay, so your homework, Danny, is to get involved in a 401k, and so that 401ks are free money. The employer just throws money at you. You contribute up to like 5 to 15%, and your employer does the same, and they match it. It's free money above and beyond your paycheck. You'd be ridiculously stupid not to take that free money. Take that free money. All right, Kate Bosch is a 2, and your 2 cards are, oh, you're lucky. You got the Wheel of Fortune. You got the Wheel of Fortune with the Knight of Pentacles. So this is coming to you at a good time. This is coming to you at a really good time. This is a stroke of good luck. You're going to get fired up about this. They make some really good budget books on Amazon that are fun. You can put your income in there, put your expenses in there. You can even have cash in different envelopes. And when you start seeing your bills coming down, I want you to get high on that. You know how you get high click buying on Amazon? Let's get high on how big of a savings account you can get. But you can't really have too much of a savings account if you have credit card debt and a car payment. Those are the 2 number 1 things you want to try to get rid of. So do whatever you can, a second job or a second income coming in, to try to get those things done. So Kate Bosch, you've got number 2. 2s are details. They're a little bit shy, and they tend to stay in jobs that maybe aren't the best for them. but they just tend to stay in there and get stuck. 2s can get stuck a lot. So find the areas, Kate, that you're stuck in and figure out how to get unstuck. Like, how can you earn more money? Is there a better paying job for you? Is there a job with better benefits? Is there a second job you can get? Now, these 2 things mean that you're going to be making big changes. So if you made some really big changes here, and I feel like this little book here is the budget book, and it feels like everybody listening tonight needs to do a budget book. If you don't have to buy one, they're like $10. You can just take a notebook and start writing down, here's my income every month, here's what I spend my money on. And then take a yellow marker at the end of the month and highlight all the things you really didn't need. All the things that you really didn't need that you thought would make you happy. And let yourself start building that income up to a healthy amount. So Kate, with those 2 cards, if you start a budget, make the changes, take your time, one step at a time. I think that you'll be wealthy within 4 to 7 years. Wealthy, not just bills paid, wealthy. Let me tell you what happens when you get into wealth consciousness. You get unusual job opportunities that pay ridiculously amounts of money. You'd be like, what? It pays how much? Wealth consciousness will bring in wealth opportunities to you. Poverty consciousness or beliefs brings in poverty to you. So if you have credit card debt or a car payment or both, you're in poverty consciousness. Even though you think, well, Melanie, everyone has a car payment. No, they don't. No, they don't. And that's why there's so few wealthy people up on the top, is because we were never taught in school. There's no wealth building in school taught. So the first thing you have to do is stop all unnecessary spending until your car is paid off and your credit card debt is paid off. Get those 2 things paid off and then start a savings account. After you've started a savings account, look at your skill base. Are you being paid what you're worth? If not, or let's say you love your job, then can you pick up a second job or find a way to make a second income? And if you can do that, you're on your way now to building wealth. And also, if you're able to start saving money, some people will go through a whole savings plan and they'll get the big chunk of money saved and bang, they spend the whole thing they go out and reward themselves by spending it. And that's poverty consciousness. You have to save that money. So you pay cash and save. Good for you. And it can be fun to learn how to do frugal stuff. Like set a goal for your groceries. And that's the other thing. If you're overweight, it might be that you can look and see what you could eat or what you could do for a grocery budget to like cut your grocery budget in half. See if you could do it. Shop at Aldi's. Shop at, eat differently. And try to get meals and calculate out, wow, I just made this meal. Like one of my friends made a meal and it cost him 57 cents for every person that ate the meal. I mean, it was ridiculously cheap. So look for ways, because every single savings that you incur benefits you. It helps you switch over to wealth consciousness. So Kate, you're on your way. Janet has a J. So Madeline, we're doing something better than financial readings. I'm helping you build wealth in your life, which is way better than simply what are my finances going to be. I'm helping you create wealth. Screw the reading. You won't need to even ask, how are my finances going to be when you get done with this information from tonight? You're going to frickin' create wealth, and you won't need a reading because you know that in 2020, you're going to be rich. You guys could be rich. Do you know that? You could be rich if you start paying attention and tracking this. All right, Janet, let's go do your 2 cards. And you're also a J, which is a 1. So you've got the innovation, you've got the desire and the passion. Oh, but look at this. You either got hit with some big bills, which does happen. So there's a pattern here. Janet, of expenses that keep hitting you. It could almost feel like you were sabotaged by bills that you had no control over. Okay, so you did your partner died? Oh my God, that's horrible. Your all debt was cleared obey, but yes, you have to not, you retired early due to sickness with low income. Okay, Janet, don't worry. Don't worry, all that happened because that would be the Nine of Wands, wounded, health issues. But look at Hermit. That's your saving grace, the Hermit card. You've got this, Janet. So you can, even at home, start earning additional income. Even at home, even on a limited income. So even though you had those hardships, you've got leadership qualities. You've got the ability to think, start writing ideas. Where can you save money? What is your housing situation like? Can you change? Is it make sense to downsize in your housing situation? Are there other areas that you can downsize in? Because every one of you has the ability to be wealthy. And it doesn't take a whole lot of work. It does take discipline. And let me tell you, if you discipline yourself out of debt, you're going to be able to discipline yourself into the sexy body you want and keep your body moving, keep your body active. You're going to end up getting discipline in all areas of your life. And you're going to, having a lot of money, a lot of people think, well, if the really rich people are greedy, but you know what? It doesn't have to be like that. There's a lot of wealthy people that are very giving and very kind, and that will be you. So start thinking of how you can track your money in a joyful way, okay? In a joyful way. Write down in a notebook everything you earn, everything you spend, identify your weaknesses, and Janet, you can do this. So your homework is to think, can you work like a couple hours somewhere? Could you work like part-time at a Quick Trip and then use that to save that money? Or start thinking of all these ways that you can earn an additional income and have fun at it. Hi, Amy. So Amy, we're helping you. Do you have a car payment from that new car that you bought today? Because we're talking about car payments are the enemy. You want to get, even if you have to buy a good used car, buy a car that you can pay for and don't have a car payment, and then use that extra money to get rid of whatever debt that you have. Because you ultimately, freedom from debt is happiness. It really is. So Janet, she's going to sell some things. There you go. Perfect. Her rent's not a problem. Perfect. Maybe you'll have a roommate, Janet. Maybe someone else will come in and share the rent, and instantly you got, more money. So that could happen too. You could have a roommate come in. Deb E. Deb E is a D. And let's see what cards she has. Shuffle my cards up here a little bit. Shuffling the cards for Deb E. Here's your two cards. And you are also a 4. So it looks like, look at here in the different categories. So it looks like you're already tight. I don't know if you have something medical going on, because that can be the medical card. But this just means having everything allotted to its category. Like that's like having a budget. Like you got this much money for this much money for that, this much money for that. And then this is also seeking new ways to build wealth. So building wealth means that you don't think about earning 30, 40, 50,000 a year. You think about earning 100 to 200 to 300,000 a year. And a lot of people think, well, I can't do that. Yes, you frickin' can. Yes, you can. So one of the things that I want you to look at is what your skill base is. There are lots of jobs that can train you into different skill bases. So are there some classes to take? Is there, some way that you can earn a lot of money doing something you love, creating a hobby into a business? If you learn to do taxes, it's not hard. They have software programs. You get paid $50 to $75 an hour during the tax season, all right? If you want to be a reader like me, you'll earn $60 an hour. So $60 an hour. So how about that? I mean, you all have the potential for doing something, all right? Even numerology. You don't even have to be psychic. You can do numerology reports. You just have a database with all the meanings of the numbers, put together reports. You can earn a lot of money doing that. So your homework, all of you, is to think of at least 11 ways to earn extra money that don't take up a whole lot of time and that you can physically and emotionally do. So Deb E., because you've got the 4, you already have the organizational skills. You could be a teacher, a leader, work on project work. Like sometimes you guys can get jobs as consultants for companies and work out of your home. You could work out of your home and that would save you money. You're retiring in 4 weeks at 57. You got this figured out, girly. Woo! Give Deb English the thumbs up. She's got it mastered. Josie J, what are your 2 cards? You've got the King of Swords. Ooh, you could be on your way to mastery. Now, you also got the 8 of Cups, and that just tells me that either you could look for a better job, leave the current job for something better, or detach from emotional spending, because this is mastery. You can master, and J is the number 1 again. We have a lot of number 1s here tonight. You are number 1. And so number 1s, they think of a lot of ideas, but they don't always follow through with them. So start following through with some of your ideas. I had one person that looked for rare dollar bills, and I shit you not. So he looked for rare dollar bills and he found them, and he put all 4 of his kids through college because he would look at certain numbers on the dollar bill, and certain numbers of dollar bills are very valuable. He sold his collection and put 4 kids through college. Now, how much effort does it take to go look for certain dollar bills? Just pay attention to every dollar bill that comes across you, learn the serial numbers that are valuable, and look at where you can go. So how many of you put down now valuable coins, right? Put that down. That's a potential income. Doesn't mean you might take action on it, but that's something you could do that could bring in a lot of wealth. So Josie, you are going to be mastering your finances. This is with treating your life like a business, and you're also going to be emotionally detaching, or you could be leaving a low-paying job and getting a higher-paying job. A lot of people are afraid to apply for jobs that they don't think they're qualified for. You would be surprised if you take a risk that you might get hired and trained, and look at the skill base that you would get from something like that. So Amy, I saw a new house and a new car today. What does that mean, you saw it? So we're creating wealth tonight, Amy. So the first thing that, if you want on the list, let me see, because I know your real name starts with A, which is a 1 also. We have a lot of AJS's. Renata, what is the first letter of your real name? That's what you have to put on here if you're joining now. We are going to make you wealthy tonight. Amy Delapagna, you're on number 1. So I don't know if you saw a new house and a new car and you gave the energy to the universe, and I'm confused and overwhelmed. So I'm not sure, seeing a new house and a new car, I'm not sure exactly how that would cause confusion, but I'm going to pull 2 cards on you to see where you are. So all right, so this is interesting, these 2 cards. So Amy, what you have going here is you are moving out of a difficult situation, right? And it's not good because you're cloaked and there's sadness here, but you you're seeking out happiness. So you're wanting to spend money on things that you think will make you happy, right? This is where your money's going. If I buy this, I'm going to be happy. If I buy that, I'm going to be happy. If I go on this trip, I'm going to be happy. And by the way, this is traveling, but it's also a car. This could be a new car. And that this would make you happy. So it isn't going to make you happy. Stuff doesn't make you happy. If you buy stuff that you can't afford, it's not buying happiness, it's poverty thinking. And poverty thinking creates addictive spending habits. In other words, you're just like the gambler. The gambler hits that button and throws the money out the window. Hits the button and throws the money out the window. And they win just enough to feed the addiction. That's the same with this happy card. Oh, look at all this stuff piled up here. Lots of stuff piled up here. And still needing more, because the happy factor is, when it's an addiction, can never get satisfied. So Amy, what you are to do is to master your finances. Having a new house may or may not master it. It depends on what house that is and how much you're paying for that. And the same with the car. Does it have to be a new car? Could it be a used car? Are you able to pay cash for it? So ask yourself a lot of questions before you just dump yourself into a car payment or, a house payment. Ask a lot of questions. Check in and see where your wealth plan is and if that will set you back. Because every expense is a setback. You lost the house you made an offer on? That's okay. It wasn't the right house. That wasn't the right house then. Don't worry about that. Oh, Renata is an R. Okay. And that's the number 9. We got a number 9 going. Okay. What is Renata's 2 cards? Oh, you got the wheel too. Ooh, we got these like stalker cards. I'm even reshuffling. We're getting a lot of stalker cards tonight, but that's all right. That's all right. So, Renata, what you have going here is the Wheel of Fortune. This means that if you take risks, if you take, you don't want to take like stupid risks, but if you take calculated risks, you have the potential for wealth and good luck because things are going to be looking better for you. But you also have woundedness here. You have a series of debt that could have caught you off your guard, or this can also be bad beliefs around money, like wealth is greed, or I need this to be happy, those type of beliefs. These are unhealthy beliefs or unhealthy spending patterns. This is always patterns. So this could be unhealthy spending patterns. So being able to look at those, like I had an Amazon click buy problem. For a long time, I had an eBay click problem. So I couldn't go on Amazon and I couldn't go on eBay. I grounded myself from them until I had no credit card debt. And then when my car died, and then my next car died, and then my third car died, so I bought 3 used cars that all died, I decided to buy new and ended up with a car payment. So now I have to work at getting rid of that car payment at all costs. Now I can't buy any new tarot decks. I can't buy anything. I have to go back into wealth consciousness until that car is paid off. And if you live your life like this, you will be on the way to being wealthy. So Jamie Sims has no credit card debt, no car payment. You're writing 2 books. That's awesome. That's awesome, Jamie. So get the books written and work on the student loans, and then you'll be on your way. Student loans can hold a lot of people back. So Amy, buy something that's like either a tiny little car payment or that you can pay cash for it, and that's wealth. Then you're back to building wealth, because that not having that car payment is so important. Okay, Madeline J. I applied so many times for good jobs, didn't get it. It's not about daring to apply. It's about knowing someone who is willing to give you the chance. That's true, Madeline. And it's also not giving up. Now, Renata, because you're a 9, You've got a lot of compassion. You've got teaching skills. You've got the ability to clear out clutter. By the way, you guys, if you have a junk drawer, clean it out. Because in feng shui, when you clean out a junk drawer, you can start building wealth for you. Madeline J, for your resume, what's your resume look like? I mean, what are you doing with your resume? Are you presenting? And when you go there, how do you present yourself? Are you presenting yourself are you good at interviewing? You might need to practice interviewing. You might want to go to an employment agency who can, look at your skill base and say, well, if you took this class or you took that class, then you would have, skills to get you up into the next level. So Madeline, treat it like you're a detective, and you're a detective to see how is it that you can get employers to take a chance on you, because I know you can do it. So Renata, you are looking like studying books, maybe getting another degree. It could be that you'll take a university class, and then also you can learn about financial planning. You can actually learn about financial planning, and it's a good thing. All right. So who do we have else on the list? So Renata, I will ask if 2020 is going to be a better year for you financially. If you take quick action, there's something that you have to take quick action on. That's the King of Swords. You have to start saving more. There's a leak. There's a money leak. See all the cups there, and there's a money leak. You've got to identify your money leaks and make some quick decisions, and then I think that you are on your way to wealth for 2020. Let's all be filthy stinking rich for 2020, okay? Filthy stinking rich. To the point where we're so rich, let's just go for that because we can. Okay, Madeline J, and that's a 4. M is a 4. And your card, wow, you got the 10 of Cups. So, and you've got, oh, look at this. Your wealth is going to be mainly through conservative frugalness, Madeline. Your wealth is going to be built slowly and by saving and being frugal. And look at this. This is the 10 of Cups, meaning that you could totally be wealthy. You could completely 100% be wealthy and happy. So your wealth is going to come slowly, and it's going to be in conserving and being frugal. Joan Matos. And J is the number 1, and her 2 cards are Judgment. Oh, she gets 7 of Pentacles also. We have stalker cards coming up here a lot tonight. So Joan, your wealth is going to be getting out of the box. You're going to be getting out of the box and picking a small area to focus on to build your wealth in. Not becoming too expanded, like having 10 projects that you're going to make money on. That's too scattered. So pick like 3. There's 3 here. Pick 3 things. Earn your money. If it's not earning your money, tweak it out or ditch it. It has to be making a positive income. So if you're not making a positive income, then ditch it and do something that is bringing in a positive. See the plus? A positive income. And your wealth, by the way, is built by steady, slow growth, which is the way, that's the best way, not winning the lottery. You don't want to be winning the lottery. That sucks. That's not a good way. You don't feel proud then. You want to feel proud in how the money has come to you. Amy, I would ask you, what's the tiniest house you could live in and be happy? Get your house payment down to where it's so ridiculously low in a good neighborhood, and see what happens. Shamika. Okay, Shamika is S, and that is a 1. And that is also being brave, okay? Seven of Pentacles is about making small daily financial decisions that over a period of time end up building wealth. So that can be a 401k plan. It can be a penny or a coin jar, but you never spend it. You just put it in the bank twice a year, all your coins, and you never spend it. Never. It's whatever you have to do to start building money. Shamika, your 2 cards are Ten of Cups and 6 of Cups. Oh, Jill Cat, did you get skipped? Okay, I'm doing you next, Jill Cat. I'm doing you next. If I skipped you, just put your name down. Put your name down if I skipped you. So you're 10 of Cups. So this is, a lot of us are getting the cups. You've got 10 of Cups and 6 of Cups. So this just tells me there's an emotional component to what your spending is and also what you're earning. And so, Shamika, I want you to think about ways that you can like cut everything in half. Like, is there a way to cut utilities in half? Can you cut your house payment in half? Can you cut your grocery bill in half? What are some ways that you can literally cut back expenses, and then when you save that money, pay off any debts that you have? So yours is about emotional. There's emotional reasons why you might not be looking for a higher paying job or a second job. There might be emotional reasons why you're spending, but ultimately you're going to do this. Ultimately, you are going to succeed in being wealthy if you track your money properly and you increase what's coming in. Sometimes you can just get a second job for like a few months and then plunk all that money into savings and be like, damn, that was awesome. And that would be something that you can try. Jill Cat, your 2 cards are 6 of Swords and 9 of Swords. So Jill Cat has some fears here. And it could be that she fears success or failure. She doesn't want to take a risk at being super successful because she could fear failure. This is also a pattern of worry, like getting yourself in a situation where you're worried, but you're going to be moving out. This is like moving out of a difficult period. Now, look at all these swords lined up. This just talks about pain patterns. So it could be that you're spending money on things that, maybe you didn't quite need. And so I want you to look at your spending habits and turn them around to saving habits. Everybody type the word, I am now saving money. And a few times a week, I want you to pluck out some bills out of your purse, put them in a jar, and you're not going to spend them. That's the start of wealth thinking. Who can do that? Couple of $1 bills, maybe a 5, whatever's in your purse. Pull it out, put it in a jar. When the jar gets like it looks like it's full, open up a savings account that you won't touch and throw it in there. If you're ready to do that, say, I'm freaking ready, Melanie. It's called bill time. Bill time. But you're not going to pay bills with it yet. You're just going to be building it into a savings account to get wealth ready. You're getting yourself in conservative time now. You're now saving money, Jill Cat. Perfect. Everybody's saving money. I am now saving money. Type that out. It actually changes your energy. And then your second statement. I am wealthy. All right? State it as it's already happened. I am wealthy. So when you go to spend money, it should feel really awful. You'll be like, oh my God, I have to have that sweater on Amazon because, it's because of whatever. And you're about to click it. Stop. Stop. Go to your purse, pull out a couple bills and put them in the jar. If you actually do a click buy, you have to pull some money out of your purse, put it in the jar. Okay? Yes, you can ask a live question. What is it? It's Kevin. Everybody's ready. I am wealthy. All right? And let me pull a card to see how much energy the group has in putting that out there. How good did this group do at this I am wealthy to make the entire group here tonight wealthy? Okay, this is not good, so we're going to go to the next part. We're going to do a little meditation here if you're not driving. If you're driving, listen to this later. For those of you not driving, we are now going to do a meditation for wealth. And I want you to listen to me very carefully because I don't want to pull this card again for the group. Okay, so some of you are saying I'm wealthy and you're not believing it, and that's why this is the mental card. It means you're not believing it. You're saying it, but you're not believing it. All right, are you ready for the meditation? Here it is. Take a deep breath in. Calm yourself down. Take a deep breath out. Blow away all your cares, all your worries. Anything that you're concerned about, put it aside and you can deal with it later. Now I want you to imagine your belly button area spinning like a wheel, and it makes no difference whatever way it wanted to spin. Spin it like a wheel. It can be slow, it can be fast. Spin it like a wheel, a wheel right in front of your belly button. That's your power center, your dantian. Now, I want you to imagine that it's sucking in dollar bills, the energy, not actual dollar bills, but whatever the energy of money converts to. So whatever money converts to in the form of energy is coming in. So it's not dollar bills, but it's the energy of money. And now increase it to wealth. The energy of wealth is coming in, and it's going in even with the spinning. Even with the spinning, the energy of money is coming in, and it's not going back out again. It's being conserved. Money's coming in, the energy of money, it's coming in, it's being conserved. Let it go throughout your body. Does it feel like you're accepting the energy of money? If it is, think yes. Yes, come in. The energy of money can come in. If it's no, increase the spin on that cycle. Increase the spin. Get it really whirling fast. Now suck in the energy of money. Woo! Suck it in really quickly and force it in. Wealth. Say to yourself, wealth, wealth. I allow wealth, I deserve wealth. Wealth. Abundance. I accept it. Feel it. Now, stop the wheel, close it up, seal it, bring yourself back into this reality, and I'm going to pull another card. All right? So hopefully that worked, but if not, we're going to go on to something else because we can't quit until we all get the wealth energy in us. Oh my God, you can't believe what this card is. Do you guys know what this card is? This is the Six of Pentacles. Do you guys want to know what that is? It's having more money than what you ever imagined having, to the point where you can actually help other people. That's how much money you're going to make. You guys rocked it on with that. You rocked it on and you changed the energy there. Way to go. Way to go. You guys did a great job. It's Kevin. Is there anything going on for February for you? I don't know how to answer that. What is Kevin thinking that it needs to be going on in February? Some delays? Whatever you're thinking that you wanted to happen might be delayed, because the Three of Swords is delays, and this just means it's going to be extra work. So you might be asked at work to do extra hours or extra work. So I'm not sure what you were wanting there, but all right. So this was Wealth Building 101. I want you guys to really pay attention to where your money goes. For those of you who want to spend like 15 bucks, it's okay to spend 15 bucks on Amazon to get you on the right track for a budget book, or you guys can design your own with just a notebook for whatever the dollar store charges for a notebook. You want to track your income and your expenses. At the end of the month, highlight any expense that you did that really wasn't necessary and add that up and think about how you could convert that into money, convert that into money the next month. So you don't have to be perfect when you first start, but you do have to make an effort to start. And in no time, you will have your car paid off, you'll have your credit card debt paid off, and you'll also create happiness that doesn't come from buying things. So let's think about how we sometimes create happiness. We eat too much and we spend too much. If we stop eating so much, or change how we eat and eat a lot more vegetables, then it won't be so fun to eat so much, right? It's way more fun to eat too much cookies than it is broccoli. But let's switch and see if we can start walking every day. Who wants to start walking every day? Just a 15-minute walk, that's all it takes to get your mind centered. And during that walk, you're probably going to get lots of ideas, because you're doing something good for your body, and that's when a lot of intuition flows, when you're just calmly just walking. So let's commit to some walking. Let's commit to a budget. It's not a bad thing. It's fun. You're going to find out where you spend money and why. And let's think about ways of how you can bring in extra money, doing something fun. Write a book, collect rare coins. Think of all the ways that you can make a second income. And maybe some of you will try it and you'll make the money and you'll end up really loving that. And for some of you, if you try it, you might end up with a whole new career that could be spectacular. So let's not give up. Let's create wealth, and let's do it now. All right, you guys. Yeah, walk your dog. Whatever you need to do to get 15 minutes of walking a day. So I have to let you guys go now, because I have another live that I'm actually late for. So we'll see you next time. Thanks for joining me. And thanks for being